Very, very good morning to all of you, my friends. Welcome back. Sorry for a slight delay because there were some technical issues. So let's start. Very good morning, everyone. Ishan Bist, let me check. If you want to calculate Ishan supplementary rate per unit, then you have to divide it by number. You have to divide it by number of units. If you want to calculate supplementary rate per hour, then you have to divide it by number of hours. So very good morning, all of you guys. So now let's start with the next phase of the syllabus, wherein we'll be discussing the methods of costing, in which we'll be starting with the first method of costing, that is contract costing. So let's start with contract costing. I hope you guys have revised what I have discussed till now, that is material costing, overheads costing, activity-based costing, and cost sheet. And further, I expect that you guys have solved all the questions of study material and past practice manual. So now, let's start with contract costing. This is a part of method of costing. As I told you initially that there are various methods of costing. So we are starting with the first method of costing, that is job and contract costing. Now this job costing is more or less related to cost sheet. So you guys can easily solve the questions of job costing. But yes, contract costing is altogether a new concept. So I'll be focusing more on contract costing rather than job costing. However, if the time permits, I'll be discussing a question of job costing also. So let's start with contract costing. Now, this method of costing, this contract costing is a method of costing which is used by the companies who are into construction business. I repeat again, this method of costing is used by the companies who are into construction business. Jo companies construction business mein hai, they use this method of costing, that is contract costing, to record the expenditures that are incurred in a contract, or to record the expenditures that are pertaining to a contract. So what is contract costing? This method of costing is used by the companies who are into construction business. So this method of costing is used by the companies Rushita Sharma, sir, in the last week, my BCom paper started. That's why I couldn't able to attend your 3 chapters. So can I attend that lecture? Yes, Rushita, it's altogether a new chapter. So don't worry, you can attend the coming sessions, and this session also, you'll be able to understand what I'm discussing. So let's start. This method of costing is used by the companies who are into construction business. The contractor to prepare contract account. The contractor to prepare contract account to record all the expenditures. To record all the expenditures that are incurred relating to a contract. Further, since each and every contract is unique, therefore a separate contract account is to be prepared for every contract. Since each contract is unique. Therefore, separate contract account is to be prepared for every contract. So for the students who have joined bit late, contract costing, this is a method of costing used by the companies who are into construction business. The contractor, that is the person who is undertaking the contract, that is जो actually construction activity carry on कर रहा है. This contractor will prepare contract account to record the expenditures that are pertaining to a particular contract. Now, let's say I'm a contractor. Let's say I'm a contractor and I have 5 to 6 contracts in my hand. Let's say one contract I have received from Mr. X, other contract I have received from Maharashtra government, other contract I have received from Gujarat government or central government. So, since each and every contract is unique, therefore separate contract account is to be prepared for every contract. हर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को सेपरेट अकाउंट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अकाउंट प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा to record all the expenditures that are incurred pertaining to a contract. I hope my letters are visible to all of you guys. The board is visible and the letters are visible to all of you. So contract costing, we are starting with contract costing. Now, before starting with the practical questions, let me discuss few points, important terms we'll be using throughout this chapter. So let's start. So the contractor do prepare contract account to record all the expenditures that are incurred relating to a contract. Okay, Uday Kumar. Okay, so Kiran Shukla, they are visible on laptop, not on mobile. So, Uday Kumar, what is construction business? Let's say I have been awarded a contract from Maharashtra government to construct a coastal road from Borivali to Churchgate. I repeat again, I have been awarded a contract from Maharashtra government to construct a coastal road from Borivali to Churchgate. So, who is undertaking the construction activity? That is, I have to construct that coastal road. So, I am the contractor. Further, let's say Mr. Anupam. Anupam has awarded me a contract to construct a multi-story tower. Now, herein, I'll be carrying out the construction activity. So, I am the contractor and I have to prepare contract account. So, construction business means the person who is into construction business, that is construction of road, bridges, dams, multi-story towers, or anything. Yes, it is related to construction only, Sudhanshu. So let me discuss few points that are important in this chapter. I'll be using these terms throughout the chapter. So let's start with the first term, that is the contractor. There are two parties involved in the contract, that is the contractor and contractee. I repeat again, there are two parties involved in the contract, that is the contractor and contractee. Now, who is contractor? The person who undertakes the contract. I repeat again, who is the contractor? The person who undertakes the contract is the contractor. So let's say I have been awarded a contract from Maharashtra government to construct a coastal road from Borivali to Churchgate. So herein, I am the contractor because I'll be carrying out the construction activity. So I am the contractor. And herein, who has awarded me the contract? Maharashtra government has awarded me the contract. So Maharashtra government is what? Contracting. So there are two parties involved in the contract. That is the contractor and contractee. When talking about contractor, who is contractor? The person who undertakes the contract. When talking about contractee, who is contractee? The person for whom contract is undertaken. So there are two parties involved, that is contractor, the person who is actually into construction business is known as contractor. जो actually construction activity carry on करेगा is the contractor. And when talking about contractee, the person who gives the contract. So the person for whom contract is undertaken is contractee. Now this chapter mostly focuses on this part, that is how contractor will record the expenditures that are incurred pertaining to a contract. So ये जो chapter है हम लोग contractor point of view से ज्यादा पढ़ेंगे as compared to contracting. So this chapter is focused thoroughly on the accounting that the contractor has to follow. I mean, how to account the expenditures that are incurred in relation to a contract. That is what we'll be discussing in this chapter. So this chapter is important for the contractor, not for contracting. Now further, this contract account is prepared by the contractor. ये जो contract account है कौन prepare करेगा? Contractor prepare करेगा rather than contracting. Now one more term. Let's say I have received a contract from Anupam wherein I have to construct a multi-story tower. So herein, since Anupam is giving me the contract, so Anupam is contractee, and who will be carrying out the construction activity? Me. So I am the contractor. Now let's say the price is agreed between me and Anupam is 1 crore. So that 1 crore is what? My contract price. So what is contract price? The price as agreed between the contractor and contractor. So third term, contract price. What is contract price? The price as agreed between contractor and contractee is contract. So three terms, guys. The first one, contractor, the person who undertakes the contract. This contract account is prepared by the contract. Second point, contractee, the person for whom contract is undertaken, that is contractee. Third point, contract price, that is the price as agreed between the contractor and contractee for the work to be completed, that is known as contract price. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your query. Further, I request you guys to please copy the explanation. Any doubts? Bhumika, Diksha, Anupam, Soumyakant, Rushita, Darshan. Very good morning, Divya. No, Ishan. This chapter will be focusing on the contractor part rather than the contractee part. This chapter has nothing to do with contractee's accounting. It focuses only on the accounting that is done by the contractor. Contractee has to just release the payment to the contractor on periodic basis. Thank you so much, Uday Kumar. Okay. Now, let's start with the third term, that is work certified. Now, what is work certified? Very simple, guys. The part of work done. The part of work done which is certified by contractee's architect is work certified. I repeat again, what is work certified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate is work certified. Now, let me discuss this part. Let's say Anupam has awarded me a contract to construct a multi-story tower, and let's say the price has agreed between me and Anupam is 1 crore. Now, this contract will take 3 years. I mean, it will take 3 years to complete the contract. Now, generally, what the contractee do, he release the payment on periodic basis. ऐसा नहीं होता कि 3 years के बाद मुझे पूरा payment मिलेगा. So, what contractee do, he release the payment in some installments, let's say yearly installments. Now, what contractee generally do, let's say I started a contract on 1st January 2023, and on 1st November, I approached the contractee that please release my payment. I approached Anupam that please release my payment. I have completed the work up to rupees 40 lakh. I repeat again, guys, Anupam has awarded me a contract of rupees 1 crore and the contract will take 3 years to complete. Now, ये 3 साल तक मुझे वेट नहीं करना है क्योंकि अनुपम जो है, द कॉन्ट्रैक्टी जो है, मुझे पीरियोडिक बेसिस पे पेमेंट रिलीज करता है. Now, let's say I started a contract on 1st January 2023 and on November 2023, I approached my contractee, that is Anupam, that sir, I have completed the work of rupees 40 lakh. So kindly release my payment. I have completed the work of rupees 40 lakh. Kindly release my payment. Now, what Anupam will do? What Anupam will do, he will send his architect to survey the site that whether my claims are correct or not, or I'm lying. I repeat again, what Anupam will do, he will send his architect or surveyor to check that whether मैंने 40 लाख रुपए का या 40 लाख रुपीस का काम कंप्लीट किया या नहीं किया है, that I am claiming. So, what surveyor will do, he will inspect the site and he will issue me a certificate that yes, you have completed the work of rupees 40 lakh. So that 40 lakh is known as work certified. That is the part of work done. That is the part of work done by me for which Anupam architect has issued me a certificate as work certified. So what is work certified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate. Is work certified. Now, 40 lakh Anupam architect has certified the work. That is that, yes, I do agree that you have completed the work up till 40 lakh of rupees 40 lakh. Now, I will contact Anupam that please release my payment since your architect has also certified the work of rupees 40 lakh. Now, what generally contractee do? Contractee क्या करता है कि out of this 40 lakh, they do retain some amount. 40 lakh contractee पूरा पेमेंट रिलीज नहीं करता है. What contractee do? Certain and that retained amount will be paid at the completion of the contract. Now, why contractee do retain? Let's say I have claimed that I have completed the work of rupees 40 lakh and the architect has issued certificate of rupees 40 lakh. Now, let's say मैंने कुछ ऐसा काम किया जिससे फ्यूचर में चांसेस है कि कोई डैमेजेस हो सके. So to secure against these damages, contractee do retain certain amount. और जब भी contract complete होगा, तो he will do the final survey and will release the balance payment. Let's say contractee can retain the amount कि suppose मैंने बाथरूम में टाइल्स का फिटिंग किया और टाइल्स टूट गई या प्लम्बिंग वर्क में कुछ डिफेक्ट निकल आया. So they generally keep certain payment on hold, and that payment that is kept on hold is made or is paid at the time of completion of the contract, that we call it as retained money. So herein, even though the work certified is my, out of this 1 crore, the work certified is 40. Now what contractee do to secure against any sort of damages जो पता बाद में चले, उसके लिए कॉन्ट्रैक्टी क्या करता है, कुछ परसेंट अमाउंट रिटेन करता है. लेट्स से कॉन्ट्रैक्टी वांट टू रिटेन 10% ऑफ वर्क सर्टिफाइड. That is 4 lakh. So what generally contractee do? They do retain certain amount from work certified कि फ्यूचर में पता चला कि सपोज कुछ पाइप में लीकेज हो गया है या बाथरूम की टाइल्स में कुछ डिफेक्ट हो गया है या बिल्डिंग में कहीं लीकेज आ रहा है, तो टू सिक्योर अगेंस्ट दीज डैमेजेस, so what generally contractee do? They do retain certain amount, and that amount that is retained is paid after the completion of contract. After the contract is completed, they do the final survey and release the balance payment, that is the retained amount. So after deducting the retained money, they do release the payment, that is 36 lakh in this case. So 3 points I have discussed. 3 points I have discussed, that is 40 lakh is my work certified. What is work certified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate is work certified. When talking about the second term, what I have discussed is the 36 lakh, that is the periodic payment made by the contractee to the contractor on the basis of work certified is known as progress payment. I repeat again, what is progress payment? 36 lakh. That is the periodic payment made by the contractee to the contractor on the basis of work certified after deducting a certain amount known as retention money. And further, I have discussed retention money, that this amount is retained by the contractee to secure against any damages, and further, this amount will be paid when the contract is completed. So, first point, what is work certified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate is work certified. Now, generally, the payment is made to the contractor on the basis of work certified. After deducting certain amount known as retention. So what contractee do? He releases the periodic payment. That is, the periodic payment is made to the contractor on the basis of work certified after deducting certain amount known as retention money. That is, in simple terms, contractee क्या करता है? Contractor को payment release करता है. किस basis पे? On the basis of work certified after deducting certain amount known as retention money. So in this case, 40 lakh is my work certified, 4 lakh is my retention money, and 36 lakh is my periodic oblique progress payment. So I have discussed three terms, guys. That is the first term, that is work certified, that is the part of work done the part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate is work certified. When talking about the periodic payment, that is, progress payment or periodic payment, the periodic payment made by the contractee to the contractor on the basis of work certified after deducting certain amount known as retention money. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your query. Anyone having any doubts, guys? We'll try to resolve your query, Soumyakant. Kiran, Sonali, Bhumika, Varsha, any doubts? Yes, the contractor and contractee do prepare a contract account mentioning all the terms and conditions of contract. Yes, it is certain percentage of work certified. Contractee do retain certain percentage of work certified known as retention money, and that retention money will be paid at the time of completion of contract. I request you guys to please copy this part. So the part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate is work certified. When talking about the second para, Ishan, it is periodic payment is made to the contractor on the basis of work certified after deducting certain amount known as retention money. See, so herein in this case, my work certified is 40 lakh. Herein in this case, the work certified is 40 lakh. let's say the contractee retained 10% of the work certified. The information will be given in the question. That is how much percentage is the retention money. The retention money percentage is to be considered on work certified. So let's say my work certified is 40 lakh. Now it is mentioned in the question that 10% of the work certified will be my retention money. So 4 lakh will be retained and balance 36 lakh will be released to the contractor. That is known as periodic payment or progress payment. Sudhanshu Shekhar sir, how periodic payment is calculated? From work certified, you have to deduct the retention money. We will get the periodic payment. Further, how much is the percentage of retention? How much is the retained money? It will be given in the question. Don't worry. Anyone else having any doubts? Ishan, Uday Kumar, Sudhanshu. Now, work certified is over, retention money is over, and periodic payment is over. Now, let's start with the next part, that is work uncertified. Sudhanshu, hopefully your query is resolved. Now, the next point is work uncertified. Now, what is work uncertified? Very simple, guys. The part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. I repeat again, the part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. Let me discuss this practically. So, Himanshu has awarded me a contract. See, Krishna, retention money was 4 lakh and 36 lakh is my periodic payment. I repeat again, Krishna, 4 lakh is the amount that is retained, and after deducting retention money, the contractee do release the payment that is known as periodic payment. So in the previous question, 40 lakh was my work certified, certain amount was retained, that is called as retention money, that was 4 lakh. And the balance amount that was paid was my periodic payment or progress payment. So 4 lakh was retention money and 36 lakh was my periodic payment. Now, let's proceed further with work uncertified. What is work uncertified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. So let's say Himanshu has given me a contract to construct a multi-story tower. Of this, 1 crore is the contract price. Now I approach him on 30th November that please release my payment. Even though your architect has certified work of rupees 40 lakh. So as per the terms, please deduct the retention money and release the balance payment. So what he did, he retained 4 lakh rupees as the retention money and 36 lakh he completed the payment. Now, अब ये कहानी जो है वो 30th November तक की है. Now, suppose I close my book on 31st December. So what about the accounting of the work that is done from 1st December to 31st December? वो काम जो मैंने 1st December से लेके 31st December के बीच में किया, because I approached my contractee on 30th November. 30th November को approach किया कि please release my payment, और उसने 30th November तक जो work complete किया है उसके basis पे payment release कर दिया. But what about the work that is completed from 1st December to 31st December? How to account the same? So the work that is completed between 1st December to 31st December will be recorded as work uncertified because uska certification mujhe next year milega. So what is work uncertified? The part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. I repeat again with the same example, dear. 30th November, I approached my contractee and he released the payment. But yes, 1st December से 31st December के अंदर के बीच में भी कुछ work we have completed. Certain portion of work we have completed. And to account the same, we call it as work uncertified, and that will be shown in the contract account as work uncertified. That is the work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. Now, this work uncertified is always to be valued at cost price, not at selling price, is to be valued at cost. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can please post your query. When talking about work uncertified, in the example, the work that is completed between 1st to 31st December, in that example, is work uncertified. When talking about the explanation, the part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. Further, is to be valued at cost price. If you guys have any queries in this part, you guys can please post your queries, waiting for your queries. Further, I request you guys to please copy this part. Then that will be work uncertified, Sonali. The information of work certified and uncertified will always be given in the question. Any doubts, Krishna, Sudhanshu, and Uday? Any doubts, Sonali? Darshan, Bhumika, any doubts? Varsha? I'll be discussing this part separately, Uday Kumar. Yes, Krishna. So, Rushita, the part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. In the example, what I have discussed, that is, I approached my contractee on 30th November. But what about the work that is done for between 1st December to 31st December? Uska हमें certification नहीं मिला है, so that is known as work uncertified. Now, next point is escalation clause. I'll be using all these terms throughout the chapter, that is work certified, uncertified, retention money. So that's why I've explained all these points in detail. Now let's start with the next point, that is escalation clause. Now, what is escalation clause? Now, this clause generally the contractee do keep in the contract for their safety. I repeat again, guys. This clause is for the benefit of the contractee, not for the contractor. This clause is for the benefit of contractor, not the contractee. जनरली कॉन्ट्रैक्टर क्या करता है, अपनी सेफ्टी के लिए जो है एस्केलेशन क्लॉज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में पुटअप करता है. नाउ व्हाट इज एस्केलेशन क्लॉज? I'll be discussing this part, Sudhanshu, don't worry. The selling price is basically the contract price because contract price contains profit element also. So this escalation clause contractor do keep in the contract for their safety. What escalation clause says that in event of rise in price of raw material, in event of rise in price of material or wages beyond a certain level, the contract price need to be increased. That is known as escalation clause. Now, what contractor generally do, practically क्या होता है? What contractor do? How the contract price is fixed? He estimate that this much material will be required, this much labor cost will be incurred, this much will be my direct expenses, and this much will be my other expenses. So what the contractor do? They do calculate the total cost. Let's say the material required will be 50 lakh. Let's say the labor cost expected to be incurred is 30 lakh. The direct expenses that will be incurred will be 15 lakh. And let's say other expenses that will be incurred will be 5 lakh. Further, they too consider the profit also. Let's say 20 lakh will be the estimated profit. And this is how the contract price is fixed. Let's say 1 crore 20 lakh is the contract price. So the contract price fix up hota hai. How the contract price is calculated? Very simple. That is the total cost plus the profit. This will be the contract price. That is. So this is how the contract price is fixed. Now, this contractor do keep this escalation clause for their safety. What it says, let's say herein my expected cost, that is my cost for the contract is 1 crore and my profit element is 20 lakh, and this is how I calculated the contract cost, that is the contract price, that is 1 crore 20 lakh. Now let's say ड्यू टू चेंज इन गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज या इन्फ्लेशन की वजह से मटेरियल का जो रेट है वो 50% इंक्रीज हो गया. द रेट ऑफ मटेरियल हैज गॉन अप बाय 50%. So instead of 50 lakh, instead of the cost of material that is we have estimated is 50 lakh, now it is coming 75 lakh. जब हमने इनिशियली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्रिपेयर किया था, the material cost was estimated that it will be 50 lakh, but due to change in government policies or due to inflation, क्या हुआ? Material का cost 50% बढ़ गया. That is, there is a rise in price of material by 50% due to change in government policies. Now my new material cost, now the material cost that will be actually incurred is 75 lakh. Now in this case, क्या contractor contract complete कर पाएगा 1 crore 20 lakh में? Not practically possible. So what contractor says that agar in certain cases either due to change in government policies or due to inflation, अगर कोई material का cost या labor का cost बढ़ जाता है, then contract price need to be increased accordingly. That is escalation clause. I repeat again, escalation clause says that in event of rise in price of material or wages, then contract price need to be increased. That is known as escalation clause. So herein, since the material cost has gone up by 50%, तो contract price हमें बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. So we have to revise this contract price because due to change in government policies और inflation वगैरह की वजह से material cost या labor cost अगर हमारा बढ़ गया है, तो contract price आपको revise करना पड़ेगा. That is known as escalation clause. This clause is generally for the benefit of contractor. Contractor future government policies या inflation के against security रखने के लिए contract में escalation clause put up करवाता है. If you guys have any doubts in escalation clause, you guys can please post your query. I repeat again, what is escalation clause? This is for the benefit of the contractor. Further, escalation clause says that in event of rise in price of material or wages beyond a certain level, let's say there is a increase in material cost by 2% to 5%. So generally, वो provision contractor रखता है. But if it has gone beyond a certain level, there is an increase of 50%. So how contractor will be able to complete the contract with the agreed price? It's practically not possible. So they do keep an escalation clause wherein the contract price need to be increased because the cost of material has gone up by 50%. So that is known as escalation clause. If the price is down, then too also it is considered, my dear. So escalation clause अगर प्लस में होता है तो माइनस में भी होता है. But in most of the cases, the prices are increased. So that's why we can say that it is for the benefit of the contractor, not contractee. Anyone having any doubts in escalation clause, you guys can please post your queries. Yes, generally raw material and labor. Thank you so much, Uday. Yes, Anupam Tiwari, agar price kam bhi ho raha hai, to that too also will be considered, but beyond a certain level. Agar suppose let's say 5, generally contract mein aisa likha hai ki if there is an increase and decrease up to 5%, then ignore. But yes, if it is more than 5%, the contract price need to be increased. Then in this case, we have to increase the price. Yes, Manisha, mostly for raw material and labor, depending more on the terms of the contract. Yes, it will be revised, Soumya Kant. Whether the price is increased or decreased, it will be revised. Much depends upon the terms of the contract. So in the event of rise in price of material or rate of wages beyond a certain level, the contract price need to be increased. That is escalation clause. Need to be revised, better the correct word is revised. That is escalation clause. Anyone having any doubts? Any doubts, Bhumika, Darshan, Kiran Shukla, Diksha, Rushita, Varsha, Sonali, Suraj? Ishan, any doubts? Waiting for your queries, guys. I'm done with the explanation of the key points that I'll be using in this chapter. So let's revise what I have discussed till now. We have started with contract costing. This method of costing is used by the companies who are into construction business to record the expenditures that are incurred pertaining to a contractor. To record the expenditures that are incurred pertaining to a contract. The contractor do prepare contract account. ये जो contract account है, कौन prepare करता है? Contractor, to record the expenditures that are incurred in a particular project. Now, since each and every contract is unique, a separate contract account is to be prepared for every contract. Now, as far as the other points what we have discussed, the first one is the contractor, the person who undertakes the contract. This contract account is to be prepared by contractor. ये chapter में जो है हम लोग contractor के prospect से ज़्यादा पढ़ेंगे rather than contractee. Second point is contractee, the person for whom contract is undertaken. The third point that what we discussed is the contract price. That is the price is agreed between the contractor and contractee. Thereafter, work certified, that is the part of work done for which contractee's architect has issued certificate, is work certified. Generally, the payment is made to the contractor on the basis of work certified after deducting certain amount known as retention money. When talking about work uncertified, the part of work done for which contractee's architect has not issued certificate is work uncertified. This work uncertified is always valued at cost price. Thereafter, the next part is escalation clause, that is in event of rise in price of material or rate of wages beyond a certain level, the contract price need to be revised, that is escalation clause. This is generally for the benefit of contractor. Work uncertified is to be recorded at cost. Because the cost is not yet certified, that's why we do record it at cost. Okay, so there is a query from Keshav Goyal, sir. What happens if the contractor uses cheap material? See, Keshav, this amount is retained by the contractee to secure against any sort of damages or poor quality of raw material. So contractee generally कुछ amount retain करता है to check that whether the contractor is providing the quality of work as discussed or not. So finally, जब survey होगा and the contractee is satisfied that yes, they have used the material as per the specification, the build quality is good, then only they do release the balance payment, that is the amount that is retained. So that is the role of retention money. It is recorded at selling price. Work certified at selling price, that is the cost plus profit element, and work uncertified at cost. Keshav Goyal, hopefully your query is resolved. The profit will be recorded only when the work is certified. That's why we do record work uncertified at cost. Work certified at selling price and work uncertified at cost. Once the work is certified, then only we will recognize the profit element. Keshav, Miss Abhirami, any doubts? Dikshita, Himanshu, hopefully your query is resolved. Yes, Keshav. Yes, Dikshita, that 40 lakh includes the profit element. That work that is uncertified in this year will be certified next year. See, I'll repeat the same example that I have discussed, that practically मैंने 30th November को contractee को approach किया for payment, and contractee will be releasing the payment of the work that is completed till 30th November. But what about the work that is completed from 1st December to 31st December? That is not certified in this year, but it will be certified next year. So that's why we do record this work uncertified, because it represents the work completed but not yet certified. Thank you, Sushil. No provision is to be made, my dear. Very simple. The work that is uncertified, that is the work that is completed and not certified this year, will be certified next year. So this much of explanation is more than sufficient. Let me discuss few questions. Yes, Varsha. Yes, Vishali. So let's say my work certified is 50 lakh. My retention money is 10%. So how much will be the progress payment? Out of 50 lakh, 10% is retained. It means retention money will be how much? 5 lakh. So how much will be the progress payment? 45 lakh. So this will be the progress payment, this will be the retention money, and this will be the work certified. Next question for you guys. Let's say progress payment is 81 lakh and it represents 90% of work certified. So how much will be work certified? How much will be retention money? Waiting for your answers, guys. How much will be the work certified and how much will be the retention money? Very good, Bhumika. Very good, Uday. Very good, Soumyakant. My progress payment is 81 lakh and it represents 90% of the work certified. So how much will be the retention money and how much will be the progress payment? Okay, Keshav, correct answer. Very good. Himanshu, correct answer. Anupam, Manisha, Miss Guduri, Singh, Rajiv Kumar, Mayur, Manisha, Sudhanshu, Anupam, Varsha, Diksha. Yes, your answers are correct. Soumyakant, Uday, Bhumika, waiting for your answer. Diksha, Varsha, Sushil Kumar. Okay. Rahul, your answer is correct. Anisha, Uday Kumar. Yes, Nami. Mr. Bhatt, Mr. Nemish Bhatt, please check your answer. Sushil Kumar, your answer is correct. Very good, everyone. Correct answer. Jaydev, I have not got any answer from your end, Jaydev. Please repost your answer, Jaydev. So here in this case, it represents 90%. So my work certified will be 90 lakh and my retention money will be 9 lakh. Please check. Dikshita, yes, your answers are correct. Let's say the retention money contractee do retain 20% of work certified as retention money. Calculate progress payment. The retention money is 1,20,000. Contractee do retain 20% of work certified as retention money. Calculate the progress payment. Yes, Uday. Yes, your answers are correct. Suraj, please check your answer. Komal, please check your answer. Please do post the final answer. Yes. Sudhanshu, your answer is incorrect. Darshan, correct answer. Himanshu, correct answer. Kiran Shukla, please recheck your answer. Sonali, please recheck your answer. Rest everybody's correct answer. Bhumika, Anupam, Sudhanshu, Miss Buduri, Miss Syed, Yasir Ahmed. Yes, your answers are correct. Diksha, your answer is incorrect. Sushil Kumar Barik, correct answer. Sonali, incorrect answer. Soumyakant, incorrect answer. Keshav, correct answer. Uday Kumar, correct answer. Miss Arya, 6 lakh is not the correct answer. I'm asking about the progress payment, not work certified. Soumyakant, again, please recheck your answer. There was one again. Kiran Shukla, please recheck your answer. Now your answer is correct. Suman, I have not received any. Yes, I have got your answer. Suman, your answer is correct. Miss Abhirami, your answer is correct now. Suman, correct answer. Arya, now correct answer. Soumyakant, Kiran Shukla, waiting for your answer. Your answer was incorrect, Kiran. Jaydev Singh, incorrect answer. Tanisha Jadhav, incorrect answer. Varsha, correct answer. Rahul Mohanty, correct answer. Suraj, I think you're not thorough with the concept. It's a simple mathematics, my dear. So, Suraj, your answer is incorrect. Okay, Diksha, your answer is incorrect. Jaydev Singh, incorrect answer. Tanisha Jadhav, incorrect answer. Miss Singh Rajiv Kumar, your answer is correct. Kiran Shukla, again incorrect answer. Suraj, incorrect answer. Manisha, yes, your answer was correct. Manisha, I think your answer is incorrect. I mentioned your name. Manisha, your answer is incorrect. So herein, the contractee do retain 20% of the work certified as retention money. So herein, my retention money is 1,20,000. and it is 20% of the work certified. So how much will be my work certified? 6 lakh will be my work certified. My retention money is 1,20,000. So 4,80,000 will be my progress payment. Varsha, correct answer. Very good. Jaydev Singh, please check your answer. Krishna sir, second question का आंसर कैसे आया? Please explain कर दीजिए. So Krishna, 20% is my contractee do retain 20% of the work certified as retention money. So 20% is the retention money of the work certified. So 1,20,000 is 20%. So how much will be my 100%? That is 6 lakh. That is my work certified. So 6 lakh is my work certified. 1,20,000 is my retention money. So 4,80,000 will be my progress payment. So enough of discussion on this part. Those who want to copy the explanation can please copy. Rushita Sharma, yes, I have not received any answer from your end. Even I'm surprised. Okay, Rushita, sorry, I've got your answer. Yes, your answer is correct. Sushil Kumar Barik has explained this amount is retained and the amount is released to the contractor after the final survey or inspection, that is at the time of completion of contract, to make sure that he's using the best quality material. Further, there is no leakages or the bathrooms are in order or there are no leakages in the taps also. So after the overall survey, they do release the retention money. Okay, Mr. Navneetan, no, I have not received any answers from your end. Navneetan. I have not, okay. Sorry, Mr. Navneetan, work certified you have posted. Yes, I have received the answer of the first question, not the second question. When talking about this question, the progress payment is 81 lakh. That represents 90% of the work certified. That is, let's say if the work certified is 100, 90% is my progress payment and 10% is my retention money. So 81 lakh represents 90% of work certified. So how much will be my work certified? 90 lakh. So enough of discussion on this part. Let's take 10 minutes break. We'll be back after 10 minutes with the remaining part of the chapter. We'll discuss a full-fledged question. We'll discuss the format, how to prepare contract account, how contractor record all the expenses. So let's take a break of 10 minutes. We'll be back after 10 minutes. Welcome back, guys, after much needed break. So now we are done with the theoretical part. Now let's start with the practical part. I'll be discussing how to prepare contract account, and then we will start with the practical questions. So let's start, guys. Contract account for the year this contract account, I repeat again, prepared by contractor. So now let's start with the contract account. Contract account for the year ending. This contract account is prepared by the contractor. So if any material is purchased or sent from stores to the contract site or construction site, so we'll write to material. If any material is consumed from stores, then we'll write material from stores. If any material is returned back to stores or returned to the supplier, then buy material return to either stores or supplier. If any sort of material is lying at site at the year end, buy material at site. So if any material is used in the contract, then we'll be writing to material. If any material is sent from stores, then to material from stores. If any material is returned back to the supplier, then buy material returned to supplier. Or if it is returned back to stores, then buy material returned to stores. Further, if any material is lying at site, that is at year end, the material is still at site and not used in the contract, then buy material at site. Now further, if any material is sold from site, the material is sent for the contract, and therein at the site the material is sold in the market. So let's say any material, let's say it is given in the question that material sold rupees 12,000 and the cost is, let's say, 10,000. Material sold rupees 12,000 and the cost of that material is 10,000. So herein we'll write buy material sold 12,000, and since there is a profit of 2,000 and this profit does not belongs to this contract, so the profit element will be eliminated and it will be transferred to costing P&L. So we'll write to costing P&L profit on sale of material, 2,000 rupees. I repeat again, if in question it is given material sold rupees 12,000 and the cost of material is 10,000. So 10,000 का material 12,000 में बेचा. So buy material sold 12,000 and to costing P&L 2,000. Ultimately, out of the material provided to the site, 10,000 is utilized somewhere else. Either it is sold or it is utilized somewhere else. So हम लोग contract account में सिर्फ 10,000 का effect देंगे. So herein we are crediting with 12,000, but we are debiting again with 2,000. So the net effect is of 10,000. This 2,000 profit does not belongs to this contract, but does not belongs to this contract. That's why it is transferred to costing P&L. Let's say the second question. This is for question number first. Material written off rupees 8,000. The material of rupees 8,000 was scrapped or written off, or we can say scrapped. The material written off, or we can say scrapped 8,000 and nothing is realized. So very simple, guys. By costing P&L, material written off 8,000. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your query. No, the approach is incorrect. This is the correct approach. Further, Darshan and Bhumika, the contract account is a nominal account, not a real account. See, Manisha, ये जो 2,000 profit आया है, it is nothing to do with this contract. हमने material supply किया site पे. Suppose बाजू में कोई site चल रहा था, and he is requiring this raw material, a similar kind of raw material. So I sold this material at the rate 12,000 rupees. So 2,000, the profit I have earned does not belongs to this contract. So whatever the entries that are related to this contract will only reflect in contract account. The debit side and the credit side. Mr. Nemish, but yes, you have to present it in this way, wherein 12,000 is to be transferred by material sold and 2,000 the profit that does not belongs to this contract is to be transferred to costing P&L separately. So to costing P&L profit on sale of material. Let's say if the material of rupees 8,000 is scrapped or written off and nothing is realized, then very simple, by costing P&L material written off or scrapped. This is the debit side. This is the credit side. Let's say there is a loss by fire of and the material of rupees 20,000 is scrapped. Again, this 20,000, the loss does not belongs to this contract, so it is to be transferred to costing P&L. So let's take the third situation. Loss by fire or theft of material. Rupees 20,000. Again, by costing P&L, loss by fire 20,000. The balancing figure is to be transferred to costing P&L account. Will debit all the expenditures that are incurred in that in a particular contract. So whatever the expenditures that are incurred, I mean in a particular contract will be shown on the debit side of contract account. Keshav Goyal, no personal questions. I'll be explaining each and every element. Don't worry, Uday Kumar, have some patience. I request you guys to please copy this part, this explanation, that is question number first, second, and third, and the solution, that is how to present it in contract account. I'll be erasing this part, guys. Yes, Uday Kumar, perfect. Diksha Agarwal, the balancing figure of the contract account will be either notional profit or notional loss. So Rushita Sharma, if first question, if the material is sold and 12,000 is the selling price and 10,000 is the cost price, then ultimately we have to give the net effect of 10,000 only. So by material sold 12,000 and to costing P&L, that is the profit element, is to be debited. In the second question, material written off or scrapped 8,000. So by costing P&L, material written off. The third question, if there is any loss by fire or theft of material, then again costing P&L. Yes, my dear. This is by material return. I request you guys to please copy this part. Examiner do ask these points. I mean, in the questions. So I request you guys to please copy the explanation. Keshav Goyal, have some patience. It's only this treatment of material. I'll be discussing all these points. Don't worry. Anyone having any doubts in these 3 points, that is first, second, and third point, then you guys can please post your queries. So this is all what about the treatment of material. Now let's record all the other costs, that is the labor cost. If we are giving anything on subcontract, then to subcontract cost. To other direct expenses. If any establishment expenses are given, then establishment expenses. Now, let's start with the next part, that is the depreciation part. Now, guys, very important. Now, like, guys, very important. Let's say in the question it is given that plant sent to site is 1 lakh rupees and the value of the plant at the year end is, let's say, 60,000 rupees. You have two options. I repeat again. Plant sent 1 lakh. Plant at site at year end, it is, let's say, 60,000. Now, you guys have two options. Either to record directly to depreciation, that is 1 lakh minus 60, 40,000. The plant sent to site 1 lakh minus the value of the plant at the year end 60,000, that is 40,000. The second option is that you can write to plant 1 lakh by plant 60,000. Both the approaches are correct. But however, in my opinion, I suggest you guys to write directly to depreciation. However, if in question the information is given, the same information, just like material sold, the certain plant is sold at a profit of 3,000-4,000, or plant has been scrapped, or there is a loss by fire, then I request you guys to write to plant and by plant. So, very important point, if any adjustments are given as regards the sale of plant or scrap of plant or loss by fire, then yes, it is advisable to write to plant and by plant. But if no adjustments are given, then better to write to depreciation. We have to write 12,000 and 2,000 separately, Nemish, but yes, Darshan. So I request you guys to please note that if any adjustments are given, that is, let's say the plant sent to site is 1 lakh and the plant at site is 60,000. Further adjustments are given that a plant costing rupees 10,000 was sold for 7,000. I repeat again, the question is given wherein a plant costing rupees 10,000 was sold for a part of plant, costing rupees 10,000 was sold for 7,000 rupees. So herein we will write to plant 1 lakh, by plant 60,000, by plant sold 7,000, by costing P&L, loss on sale of plant 3,000. Ultimately, we have to give the effect of 10,000. So plant costing rupees 10,000 was sold for 7,000. So plant sent to site 1 lakh. Out of this, the plant costing rupees 10,000 was sold for 7,000, and the balance amount that is left out at site is 60,000. So if any adjustments are given as regards the sale of plant or scrap of plant or loss by fire of plant or theft of plant, it is advisable to write to plant, by plant and the adjustment. But if no adjustments are given, No adjustments are given as regards sale of plant or scrap of plant or plant written off. Better to directly write depreciation. That is what I do suggest. It's up to you. Both the approaches are correct. I request you guys to please copy this part. Yes, whatever the costs that are allocated or apportioned to the contract will also be recorded in contract account. I request you guys to please copy these adjustments. How to present a plant and machinery or any sort of assets in contract account if any assets or plant or machinery are sold or scrapped. How to present the same in contract account. I request you guys to please copy this for your reference. Yes, Darshan, we do record administration expenses and all the allocated expenses of head office to the contract account. These are the adjustments what the examiner do ask frequently. So I'm discussing all the adjustments what the examiner can ask in worst possible case. So do make a note of it, guys. So I'm just writing depreciation. If any information is given as regards any other expenditures that is allocated expenditures of the company or whatever it is, whatever the expenditures that are incurred that are relating to that contract is to be transferred to contract account. Now, on the credit side, we will write by work in progress. We'll separately mention work certified. And work uncertified. So this much is the cost that is incurred and this much represents the work that is completed. Now, the balancing figure will be transferred to costing P&L account. It is not the final profit, but it's the notional profit and it is to be transferred to costing P&L account. It is balancing figure. And if there is any loss, again by costing P&L account. This is the balancing. So this is how the contract account is to be prepared. See, the balance amount is the depreciation Bhumika. So if a plant is of 1 lakh and we have sold a plant of 10,000, so sir, by the plant at site should not be 70, but instead 60. See, Bhumika, it is given in the question. This information is given in the question, and I have copy pasted it from the question. So the balance amount represents the depreciation. So this is how contract account is to be prepared. If you guys have any doubts, you guys have any queries, you guys can please post your query. It is to be transferred. It represents either profit or loss. That's why it is to be transferred to costing P&L. Miss Anisha. Okay. No entry will be passed for progress payment in the contract account. Progress payment कितना receive हुआ है या contract ही कितना pay कर रहा है, it has nothing to do with contract account. So I repeat again, guys, no entry will be made of progress payment in contract account. The treatment of the plant sales and depreciation is similar to the material sold. So if any adjustments are given, then to plant, that is the opening balance, by plant, that is the closing balance, and whatever the adjustments that I have discussed, you have to pass it accordingly. However, no information is given as regards the sale or scrap of plant. Better to directly write depreciation. Varsha. It is to subcontract. अगर कुछ भी काम हमने subcontract पे दिया है, so whatever the cost that is paid to the subcontractor is to be debited to the contract account. See, Uday Kumar, this is not the real profit, but the real profit will be able to find out only after the completion of contract. That's why we call it as notional profit. Again, no entry. One more point, progress payment received is not to be considered in contract account. Very important, the progress payment that is received from the contractee is not to be considered in contract account. No, Darshan, whatever the cost that is paid to the subcontractor will form part of contract account. It has nothing to do with calculation of cost. That's why the contract account records the expenditures that are incurred in relation to a contract and the work completed. The payment received or made is not recorded in the contract account. Suman. Hopefully, Varsha, your query is resolved. Uday Kumar, Darshan, Manisha. Darshan again, Uday Kumar, any doubt? Suman Banerjee. Bhumika, any doubts? Namish Bhatt. Again, I repeat, Namish, the way I presented it, you have to present it in a similar way. Direct 10,000 ka entry mat post kijiye, because at the end of the day you have to transfer 2,000 to costing P&L. So your approach is incorrect. You have to record buy material sold 12,000 and 2,000, that is the profit on sale of material, is to be transferred to costing P&L. So this is the best way to present this adjustment. One more point. No treatment of retention money in contract account. No treatment will be, no posting will be done of the retention money and progress payment in contract account. So let's proceed further now with the practical question. I request you guys to please download the material what I have provided. There are few questions from study material. So those who have not downloaded, please use the study material. Else I request you guys, every one of you guys, to please download the material what I have provided. Further in the material, I have mentioned all the point, that is who is contractor, contractee, contract price, work certified, uncertified, retention money, progress payment and escalation clause. So I'll be discussing question number 1 of the material what I have provided. Further, the similar question is there in the study material also. From ICAI portal. Further, the similar question is there in the study material also. Illustration number 4 of study material and question number 1 of the notes what I have provided. Illustration number 4 of the study material and question number 1 of the notes what I have provided. So let's start, guys, with question number 1 of my material, and from study material it is illustration number 4. The following expenses were incurred on a contract. The material purchased is 6 lakh. Material drawn from stores is 1 lakh. The wages paid are 2,25,000. Plant issued is 75,000. Chargeable expenses are 75,000. Further, apportioned indirect expenses are 25,000. The contract was for rupees 20 lakh and it was commenced on 1st January. The value of work completed and certified up to 30th November was 13 lakh, of which 10 lakh 40,000 was received in cash and the balance being held back as retention money by the contractee. The value of the work completed subsequent to architect certificate, but before 31st December is 60,000. So the company is closing the books on 31st December. And the work that is completed from 1st December to 31st December is 60,000. There were also lying on the material at site, that is 40,000. And further, the closing value of the plant is also given, that is 30,000. You are required to compute the value of work certified and the cost of work not certified and the notional profit for the contract till the year end 31st December 2020. So illustration number 4 of study material. And question number 1 of my set. So contract account for the year ending 31st December 2020. Okay, you can refer illustration number 4 of the study material. I'll just check again. Today, anyways, I'll be discussing this question only, so no need to worry. Illustration number 4 of the study material and question number 1 of my notes. So let's start. Two materials, 6 lakh rupees. Two material from stores. It is 1 lakh. Further, the wages paid is 2,25,000. Now we have two options, either to write two plants 75,000 and buy plant 30,000. Better, I'll be writing directly to depreciation. $75,000 minus 30,000. This is the opening value of plant. It is the closing value of plant. So the net amount depreciation is how much? 45,000. Further chargeable expenses are 75,000. Further apportioned indirect expenses are 25,000. Further, it is given that the work certified work certified, it is given that is 13 lakh, and the work uncertified is 60,000. So this is 13 lakh and this is 60,000. So total to be transferred to outer column 13 lakh 60,000. Further, the material at site is 40,000. So done with the posting. So this is 14 lakh. This is also 14 lakh minus 3,30,000. So 2. This is the balancing figure. So this is how the contract account is to be prepared. If you guys have any queries in this part, you guys can please post your query. This is not the real profit, but it's the notional profit. We'll be able to calculate the actual profit after the completion of contract. That's why we call it as notional profit, Darshan. Yes, Manisha, that is okay, but rest everything is same. Whatever the queries you have, you guys can please post your queries. I hope you guys are thorough with the concept of contract costing, what I have discussed in today's session. No, notional profit and estimated profit is different. I'll be discussing the concept of estimated profit also, don't worry. The weightage of this chapter is 8 to 12 marks. Thank you so much, Suraj. Thank you so much, Uday. Very good, Roshita. Anyone else having any doubts? Bhumika, Kiran Shukla, Uday Kumar, Diksha Agrawal, Diksha, Darshan, Manisha, Namesh, Sushil Kumar Barik, Miss Singh Rajiv Kumar, Tanisha, Varsha, Dikshita. Anyone having any doubts? Keshav. Thank you so much, Darshan. Okay, Manisha, there is a query from Manisha. See, the value of work completed subsequent to architect certificate, but before 31st March, I'm referring the language of study material. So the value of work completed subsequent to architect certificate, but before 31st March 2021 is 60,000. Matlab, work certified, let's say, is done, it is given in the question up to 28th February. So work certification kabhi issue hua till the work that is completed by 28th February. So 1 अप्रैल से 28 फरवरी तक के बीच में जो भी काम किया उसका सर्टिफिकेशन हमें मिल गया है. But what about the work that is completed from 1st to 31st March? That work is not yet certified. It will be certified next year. So that's why we call it as work uncertified. Yes, you can. Let me complete one more part of this question. When talking about the balance sheet presentation, how the contractor will present this contract in balance sheet. How the contractor will present this contract in balance sheet. So when talking about the balance sheet asset side, so contract number, whatever it is, thereafter work in progress, that is work certified. My work certified is how much? 13 lakh. Work uncertified, that is 60,000. So the total work completed is 13 lakh 60,000. Of this work completed, how much money is received from contractee? 10 lakh 40,000. So contractee account 10 lakh 40,000. The net amount to be shown in the outer column of the balance sheet will be 1360 minus 10 lakh 40,000. So 3 lakh 20,000 in the outer column of balance sheet. I'm just preparing the extracts of balance sheet. How to present the details of a particular contract account in balance sheet. So if there are 10 contracts, then for contract number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every contract will be, see, for the data of every contract is to be shown separately in the balance sheet. So very simple, guys. Work certified, work uncertified, contract, this amount represents the amount received from contractee. That is the progress payment. So of the work completed, whatever the amount that is received will be deducted. Remaining amount will be shown in our assets that represents the work that is completed and the payment is not received. Thank you so much, Suraj. Yes, Mayur, this is the extract of balance sheet. How to present the details of a particular contract in balance sheet. I am discussing that part. See, Divya, the balance work will be completed in next year. This is the first year of the contract, wherein the work that is completed till date is 13 lakh 60,000. So assuming that the contract will be completed in 2 years, so this is the data of year 1. In year 2, the work will be completed. I'll be discussing a question wherein right from start till end, how to present the details of contract or the expenses of the contract in detail. I'll be discussing a question separately. See, this is contract number, whatever the contract number is, work in progress, thereafter work certified 13 lakh, work uncertified 60,000. The total is 13 plus 60, 13 lakh 60,000 minus the amount that is received from contractee, that is 10 lakh 40,000. The balance amount 3 lakh 20,000 will be shown in balance sheet. This is the way you have to present, Darshan, nothing else. Anyone else having any doubts, queries? Mayur Gupta, any doubts? Shown in balance sheet asset side as contract number. So guys, that's it for the day. We are done with the concept part and the basic, and we have discussed one basic question. I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts. Yes, Diksha, the balance amount, in fact, not even 3,20,000, many more is to be received. Yes, 3,20,000 represents the net assets that belongs to us. So guys, that's it for the day. Thank you so much for your time and patience. I'll be discussing 3 to 4 questions at least in the next session relating to contract account. So thank you so much. 1 second, there is a query. Krishna sir, 10,40,000 kya hai hamara? See, 10,40,000 is the amount that is received from contractee. जो प्रोग्रेस पेमेंट हमें कॉन्ट्रैक्टी से मिला है वो है 10,40,000. We do prepare contractee account also. So I'll be discussing this part in the next question. Don't worry. Anyone else having any doubts? Yes, Krishna. Hopefully your query is resolved. Divya. The total contract was for 20 lakh. The work that is completed in this current year is 1360. So the balance work will be completed next year, Divya. I'll be discussing this part separately in the next question and in the next session. Mr. Navneetan. So enough for today. Thank you so much. See you guys day after tomorrow with the remaining part of the chapter. And I assure you by the end of the next session, you will be the master of contract costing. So don't worry, have some patience. I'll be addressing all your queries in the next session. In fact, after discussing all the questions, you guys will understand what's the importance and how to record and how practically it goes. So don't worry, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. And yes, do practice few questions of study material and do revise what I have discussed in today's class. It will help you a lot in the next session. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy your day.